Hey, Commanders fans, tune in because we've got some very important information coming and you need to know everything. Here on the channel, you'll find all the latest news about our team with breaking news and everything a true Commanders fan needs to know. So, first of all, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell because here you'll receive everything firsthand and never be out of date. Oh, and leave your like right now to strengthen this incredible community and show that Commanders fans are always there. No more ado, hang in there, because today's news is unmissable. Now, let's get straight to the point. Terry McLaurin's Week 6 return is uncertain as Washington Commanders' injury issues continue. Terry McLaurin's Week 6 return is uncertain as Washington Commanders' injury issues continue. The Washington Commanders face uncertainty regarding their star wide receiver, Terry McLaurin, who has been sidelined for the past 2 games with a quadriceps injury. McLaurin first suffered the injury in Week 3, which caused him to miss both Weeks 4 and 5. Initially, there was optimism that he could return in Week 6, but recent developments suggest that may not be a possibility. Head coach injury update. On Wednesday, Commanders head coach Dan Quinn released an update that raised further doubts about McLaurin's availability. He confirmed that McLaurin would not participate in practice and would require close monitoring throughout the week. This news undoubtedly raises concerns for the Commanders as they prepare for their upcoming matchup. In a slight positive turn of events for Washington, fellow wide receiver Noah Brown is expected to return to practice after his own injury. Quinn noted, "Noah Brown will be at practice today, indicating the team is cautiously optimistic about his recovery." Brown's absence was attributed to a groin injury, independent of a knee issue suffered earlier in the spring that lingered into training camp. Looking ahead, as the Commanders navigate the complexities of their receiving core, the status of McLaurin and Brown will be closely monitored throughout the week. The team faces increasing pressure to solidify its offensive strategy, especially with key players dealing with injuries. Updates on their health and preparation for the upcoming game will be essential as they look to rebound in the competitive NFL landscape. Commanders' latest pursuit ends in uncertainty and uncomfortable silence. Will anything more come of this? The Washington Commanders wanted to take a look at another promising edge rusher to boost one of the team's surprising strengths. However, early indications suggest the visit won't lead to anything good. ESPN's Adam Schefter reported that the Commanders were among 3 teams scheduled to meet with Drake Jackson. Peters was part of the San Francisco 49ers front office that spent a second-round pick on the explosive pass rusher, but injuries have decimated his time in the NFL thus far. Jackson was released by the Niners after barely playing for the better part of 2 seasons. He was a talented player in college, but San Francisco felt he was one more hurdle for him to overcome. Drake Jackson left the Commanders without a deal after his recent visit. Peters wanted to be sure. The NFL transaction revealed that the Commanders spent time with Jackson on Tuesday, which likely involved some sort of workout and some medical evaluations as part of the team's due diligence. Jackson left without a deal. He's also expected to meet with the New York Jets and Baltimore Ravens, which may have something to do with it. But if the Commanders were 100% convinced the former USC standout had something to offer, Peters likely wouldn't have let him leave the building. The pressure on the Commanders' pass rush has been one of the team's biggest surprises this season. Fans were quite concerned about the team's lack of genuine quality or depth. Yet, they silenced their doubters and more in the first 5 weeks, consistently generating pressure and remaining among the most prolific teams against the run game. Disrupting the current dynamic doesn't seem like the solution right now. At the same time, Peters is constantly looking for ways to improve. He obviously saw something in Jackson during the Niners' pre-draft evaluations, but he'd have to be in top form to make an impact. He might, but it's not guaranteed. The Ravens may be in a better position to offer Jackson a roster spot. They recently traded Odafe Oweh to the Los Angeles Chargers, so there could be an opening if all goes well during the meeting. Washington is willing to take a wait-and-see approach, and Peters will have other options in mind if he's not completely convinced. For fans, it's a waiting game. but they can relax, secure in the knowledge that those around them are making the desired impact now. Trade Idea gives the Commanders a $9 million running back. The Washington Commanders could gain a backfield boost with a trade. With the NFL trade deadline approaching, set for November 4th, new possibilities are beginning to heat up. One of the most interesting rumors involves running back Breece Hall, currently with the New York Jets, who could bolster Washington's roster for the final stretch of the season. According to Pro Football Network's Josh, while the Washington Commanders are one of the teams most attentive to the market and could seize the opportunity to add an elite talent to their backfield, while suggested a trade proposal that would send Breece Hall and a 2026 seventh-round pick via the Cleveland Browns to Washington in exchange for a 2026 fourth-round pick the Commanders originally acquired from the Houston Texans in the trade for left tackle Laremy Tunsil. While noted that while the Commanders found a promising player in Jacory Krosky-Merritt, the loss of Austin Ekeler, who is out for the season, left the running back group with little experience. Therefore, Hall's arrival could completely transform the team's offensive dynamic. The Washington Commanders found a gem in Krosky-Merritt, but with Ekeler out, they lacked depth and experience. Bringing in Breece Hall would not only add versatility to the running game, but also open up new possibilities in the passing game, as Hall is a complete running back capable of contributing in all phases of the game, while rote. A powerful reinforcement for Dan Quinn's offense. The idea of forming a two-headed monster with Krosky-Merritt and Hall is quite appealing. This combination would allow Coach Dan Quinn to better manage workloads and keep both running backs fresh during the crucial games in the second half of the season. Furthermore, Hall is known for his explosive style, good reading of blocks, and excellent pass-catching ability out of the backfield, something that could help quarterback Jayden Daniels have more reliable options in pressure situations. With the Commanders trying to keep pace with the Philadelphia Eagles in their bid for the division title, a reinforcement of this caliber could be just what the offense needs to make a quality leap. Breece Hall's contract and situation. Hall, just 24, is entering the final stretch of his rookie contract with the Jets, signed after being selected in the second round of the 2022 NFL Draft. Despite dealing with a serious injury early in his career, he has fully recovered and has shown consistency. In each of the last two seasons, Hall has surpassed 1,000 yards from scrimmage, cementing his position as one of the most productive young running backs in the league. With free agency looming, Hall would certainly have extra motivation to prove himself, and a potential trade to Washington could put him in a prime position, especially if the team remains firmly in the playoff race.